You know, early on, I was not that big of a fan of Post Malone.
I've always been a bigger fan of pre-Malone myself.
Yeah. And then present Malone just had to ruin it. Oh, gosh. So, Post Malone, a rapper who has had an abundance of success here in the last 10 years or so. He's had a pretty meteoric rise, and for what a lot of people say, it hasn't changed him. He's still the same, like, super chill, super humble dude that when he started up, which is pretty crazy. Like,
from what I can tell, he's a pretty cool dude. I just don't really care for his music style, you know.
And that's okay.
Not for me. So.
And that's okay. It's like I've heard
people say he came from a metal background, and I'm like, that's awesome. I wish he included a little more of it in his current music.
Well, actually, he does. Whenever he plays live, he does covers live. He did like Rage Against the Machine, Rob Zombie, Slipknot. He covers a lot of metal stuff live, and he's actually a pretty good guitar player.
I just wish he put like metal elements into his songs. Is what I'm saying.
I guess, but at the same time,
interested in them more if he did.
I would love it if he did like a full metal album, because he's got a huge assortment of people who are in the metal community that love him and want to work with him. So I'd love to see him do something metal inspired. It can be, it's got to be miles better than what Lil Wayne tried to do with Rebirth. Jesus. The quicker we forget about that album, the better. You remember that album? Rebirth?
I don't know what that is.
Lil Wayne? Okay. It was the album where Lil Wayne picked up a guitar and was just like, I'm gonna be a metalhead. I'm gonna be the next Ozzy Osbourne. And Lil Wayne can't play guitar to save his life. Like, literally, if you watch him try to play guitar, it's not even plugged in. Live on stage, he's sitting there on stage, and he's just hitting the neck of the guitar, like he's like trying to play something epic, but the guitar's not even plugged in. So, yeah, it was just him pantomiming playing guitar just so that he could seem like he was into metal and all that. Now, there are things about Lil Wayne that I like. I mean, several of his albums are great albums. But Rebirth is without a doubt his worst album. But anyway, Post Malone has had a very meteoric rise, and along the way, he's ran into people who don't really like him. And honestly, my whole deal is
Oh, so he's lived on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. But he keeps getting singled out by one rap critic in particular by the name of Charlamagne. And Charlamagne has been known to rub a lot of people the wrong way with his way of interviewing people.
As far as I can say, one critic in particular doesn't mean anything.
No, it doesn't, but Charlamagne's part of the most popular rap review podcast out there, and he's very confrontational.
Some of the most popular metal things get stuff wrong sometimes, like metal outlets.
No, I know, and that's fair. It's just, it's...
So be like, yeah, this trash thing came out. I don't see this going anywhere, and then it becomes like one of the most popular things in the past decade among metalheads.
Yeah, I get that. But it's just, for one person to single you out to the point of where they're basically only known for hating on you.
Just trash talking you.
Yeah, that's it.
At that point, it sounds like that person just has a personal problem in general.
Yeah. Well, Charlamagne the God apparently continues to do it, even to this day. So, I guess let's see how Post Malone humbled him. And let's get into it. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Post Malone was on track to become a megastar, and Charlamagne could clearly sense it.
Cause you don't realize you about to be a star. No, I think I know that it's coming.
Charlamagne therefore spent almost an hour trying to corner and embarrass his guest.
What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement? I don't know.
Although the whole situation completely backfired to Post Malone's benefit. It was August of 2015. Post Malone was yet to get his first tattoo, and had just 6 months prior released his major breakout song White Iverson. He'd done his first radio interview exactly 4 months beforehand, which went extremely well.
I put out White Iverson like 2 months ago. We just hit 2 million views like a couple days ago, which is crazy.
And to keep this momentum going, he'd agreed to appear on The Breakfast Club. The show's well known for being the most listened to hip-hop and R&B morning show.
No, I know, right?
When I first found out about him, he already had face tats and everything.
Yeah, this like you said, this is just about 10 years ago. This is when he just started to take off, before all the face tats.
Which being Charlamagne the God, who to be fair is usually an excellent presenter.
Yeah.
The Breakfast Club has hosted almost every rapper from
Yeah,
Kanye West to Jay-Z.
The store
making it
closed. It's been 10 years since I worked at the store, I believe now. Because I believe the store closed in 2014.
Yeah.
So I probably didn't hear about him until much later. I would have heard about him earlier, but wasn't working in a music store anymore. So.
Yeah. But Charlamagne, I've always thought Charlamagne was a great interviewer, but there's just some people he just goes head to head with for no reason. And
I can't believe I've now managed to be free of retail for as long as I worked the retail.
that's how it goes, man.
I'm fucking old.
a massive opportunity for any up-and-coming artist, which in this case was Post Malone.
We are the Breakfast Club. Special guest
Wait,
in
that
the
doesn't
building.
make sense either. No, it couldn't have been 20. It must have been 2016.
Yeah, I was about to say your timeline's not really
2017.
adding
Yeah,
up,
okay,
but
yeah,
I didn't want to
that
point
makes
that
sense.
out. I was
Nah,
gonna
I would rather you pointed it out because I'm so bad with years.
Oh,
It happens.
But yeah, that makes it so. I have to base everything off of 2007 because that's when I graduated high school. If I can't reference it against 2007 in some way, I'm probably gonna say the wrong fucking year. So
Fair enough.
I was like, wait, I wouldn't have started working retail until 2006 at the very least. So that would mean the store couldn't have closed in 2014. It would have had to have been like 2016, 2017. So it hasn't been 10 years. I still haven't been out.
and you also said that you didn't know about him until after his tattoos, and this was in 2015. So
But I didn't find out about him until he had tattoos already.
yeah, so
So
it had
I
to
mean,
be later.
He probably started to get popular like right after the store closed, because I don't remember selling like his albums to people when I worked there.
Gotcha.
State your name, soldier.
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
The interview began extremely positively, with Post and Charlamagne bonding over their support for the same football team.
He is from Dallas, and he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
My guy.
Yeah.
And I
Die
tried
hard,
my
baby.
hardest.
Die hard, baby.
However, when Post revealed his dad also worked for the Cowboys, Charlamagne's rudeness began to show.
His dad actually used to work for the organization.
What was he, water boy?
He does. He still works for
What
the
did he do?
organization. He's like head of concessions.
See, I said water boy. That's like kind of.
No, he in
What y'all
the
playing for,
office.
man?
He's in the
What you mean,
office.
head of concessions?
He's in the office.
Laughing at his dad's respectable job is mad disrespectful. The shit that pissed me off more than anything was when they were basically laughing at Post's dad's concession job. Like, sorry his dad works a respectful job and ain't no drug dealer, would have walked out right then and there.
It's like people want to talk shit about Ice Cube's dad because early on people were asking like, "Hey Ice, like, what was your home situation like?" And Ice Cube was like, "It was good, man."
Sorry.
You good?
Everything good?
Yeah, just throwing that tissue away.
Okay.
I
I was
just wonder why Nate was staring.
Yeah.
I was just like, just wanted to make sure everything was good.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, she was just saying sorry because my elbow was in the way when she needed to put something in there.
But I forgot what I was saying.
I forgot to. My head is empty. Half
Oh, I remember now. It's like people want to talk shit about Ice Cube's dad and everything, but Ice Cube, when asked about like his home life and all that, Ice Cube was like, "It was good. My family, my dad and my mom were both like hardworking people, and my dad worked on a garbage truck for most of his life and this and that. And then people were just like, so your dad was a garbage man. All right. It's like,
who cares?
It's a fucking job that has
It's
to
a
be done, and you don't
job.
want to
Yeah,
fucking do it.
it's like, here's the thing.
It doesn't
It's also one of the most
Somebody's
dangerous
got-
jobs in the United States, as far as I
Yeah.
know.
And not only that, but dig this. What difference would it make if his dad, if he, like, it's because he ain't from the quote-unquote the trap. The trap being, you know, a broken home, drugs selling everywhere around him, no stable environment around you. It's like, dude.
It's gatekeeping.
Yeah, just because someone's not quote-unquote from that environment doesn't mean that they haven't experienced it.
Yeah.
All right? Just lay off with that shit.
Dear Charlamagne, head of concession for a professional sports teams is a high-level job. They aren't watching over a high school cafeteria. Post
Exactly.
Malone responded to Charlamagne's rudeness by coldly inviting him to a Cowboys game.
You know, we get free tickets. We get free chicken strips.
hot dogs.
It's good.
So he gets free tickets.
Yeah.
That's important. Good seats?
Yeah, sweets.
Sweets.
Come on, let's go.
To which Charlamagne responded by insulting Post Malone's look.
FYI, I think all white people with cornrows look stupid, but that has nothing to do with
No, that's
nothing
cool.
to do with you. I just think in general.
With this then resulting in an awkward confrontation about the color of Posty's skin.
Are you afraid as a white rapper that you may be considered a culture vulture?
No.
I don't think so. I'm not scared. I'm not scared because I'm not trying to be anybody that I'm not. I'm just trying to, you know, I like what I like. And I don't think I'm biting off of a certain culture or copying a certain culture or trying to be part of a certain culture because, you know, I like what I like.
Charlamagne then tried to trick Post into saying the N-word.
Say my don't dance.
Hey.
Just pull a say it. Go ahead.
And do the rock away.
No, say what I just said.
I
don't
can't.
dance.
Okay.
That's gonna get me in trouble.
Before hitting him with another
exactly.
loaded question designed to damage Post Malone's image.
What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement?
What?
I don't know.
Is that a serious question?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Anything?
I guess what I can do to help Black Lives Matter is I to just keep making music. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Got you.
I don't know.
I would have just said nothing.
What are you doing for the Black Lives Matter movement? That's the type of question you know that no matter how you answer this dude trying to hate you, however, the worst of the interview was still yet to come. Post Malone had brought his girlfriend Ashlyn onto the show, prompting Charlamagne to try and baselessly convince her that Post was going to leave her.
You got a girlfriend, don't you?
Yeah, she's right there.
What?
Ashlyn right here.
Yeah, she's right
Oh, hey, Ashlyn. You know he's gonna end up leaving you, right? The more
don't
famous
say
you
that.
get.
That's not true.
You know, you know, the more successful you get, you're going, you know.
Charlamagne then doubled down on this when his girlfriend got on the microphone.
You know he's gonna sleep with other women, though. You do know that.
Oh
he's gonna
my
sleep with other women.
lord,
No, I'm
dude.
not.
It's gonna happen.
But
Ashlyn.
Charlamagne said not only is he going to get urban punani, he's going to be folk, country,
Yes.
pop,
Yes.
urban AC.
Yes. A man is only as faithful as his
EDM.
options. You know that, right? You know that?
What?
A
That's
man
bullshit.
is only as faithful as his options. I applaud you for trying to do the right thing.
Why
I
is
keep
he
doing
saying
that.
that?
You are only as faithful as your options because you're a piece of shit. You
Once
don't
it-
speak for all members of your fucking sex, dude.
Yeah, don't speak for me. Don't speak for any other man out there, because not all men are you. And you shouldn't expect all men to be like you.
That's why one of my favorite musicians of all time has been happily married for a very long time. Like,
Yeah,
Claudio
same.
Sanchez has a wife, and he's very faithful to her. He writes songs about her, love songs about her, and stuff all the time still.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Coheed's songs are actually about how much he loves his wife. Like, and
But-
I mean, this guy would probably be like, "Oh, sounds like a pussy," because you can't fucking admit, no matter what, that like maybe your shit don't stink.
Well-
Actually stinks like everybody else's,
well-
and the world doesn't revolve around you.
Well, here's my whole
Sounds
thing
like a
about
fucking
it.
narcissist to me.
Yeah, and here's the whole thing. It's like, if Charlamagne in the future ever does complain, saying like, how come I can't find someone who just gonna be down with me, and this and then that, I was like, have you ever considered that maybe you're the problem? Because that's what it sounds like to me. To me, this sounds like Charlamagne's insecurity over the fact that he just can't find someone to be down with because he can't keep his dick in his pants. That's all I gotta say.
Actually become Post Malone's first real chance to show his overwhelming kindness.
Listen. Here's something y'all don't get. I'm not a normal person. I'm a different type of man, and she's not a normal woman. She's an angel. She's an incredible person, and I don't think I'm ever gonna do nothing to ruin it.
Which ironically gave him more audience favor than if it were just a standard interview. My respect for Post Malone went up after this. He stayed cool the whole time. The more I see of Post, the more I like him. He seems like a good dude. This wasn't awkward at all. He responded very well. Posty handled that better than any of us would have, although not every comment was quite so positive. A small percentage of viewers hated on Ashlyn for barely saying anything, prompting Post Malone's first response to the interview by tweeting, "I'm 20. I've done about 20 interviews in my life. Ashlyn's done about 1. If you're hating, get off our dicks. Doo-doo heads, bruh." Before Post Malone appeared on 106 KML to talk about Charlamagne himself.
This about Charlamagne. What's up, Charlamagne?
Oh, me?
Holla at me.
Oh, say it to my face.
I'm just joking.
He's so stupid.
I mean, I get it. I mean, that's his job.
Right.
I mean, that's his job to be a troll on the radio and on the internet.
I will say you handled that very
No, that's what I'm saying. You know, you can't get too excited. Just gotta relax. It's not that serious.
Post Malone expanded on this when talking to Ethan from the H3 podcast.
They kind of came at you in a really shitty way.
I think it's really easy to come at me. Just a guy that makes music, and not only that, but I feel like it's his job to be a troll. He should have said something. Like, if you're in that situation, it's a hell of a lot different.
Of course.
The internet's a funny place.
Yeah.
Yet Post Malone later explained in a Rolling Stone article that it might have been better to put the questions back onto Charlamagne. "I wish I'd said, 'What are you doing for Black Lives Matter?' Some sassy shit to shut him up. Like, maybe my music's not the best, but I know I'm not a bad person, so you're just being a hater." Charlamagne being a hater made the Breakfast Club look so bad, they'd wiped the episode from their official channel and website, while Posty's humility opened up unexpected opportunities. He began touring with Justin Bieber, had an extremely successful debut album launch, and gained over 1 million Instagram followers, prompting the Breakfast Club to invite him back for another interview.
You know a dude's humble if he'll agree to go tour with Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
So if I started to get popular in the music industry and they're like, Justin Bieber wants you to come open for him, I would be like, I think I'll pass.
Oh.
Popping noise.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. Real quick, Kate, take the headphones off. I think it might be. There we go. I think I managed to knock this and it jostled that loose.
Oh.
It was causing the cable to short out a bit. Sorry, everybody.
Bieber's just not really a musical artist that I personally have a whole lot of respect for.
Well, Bieber, I will say this: he's had moments where I've just been like, he doesn't seem too bad. Then he's had 1,000 moments where I've just been like, oh, he's one of those dudes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like him pissing in the janitor's bucket. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He did that?
Yeah. They were on their way from somewhere, and they came down these stairs, and Justin said he really had to go to the bathroom. And instead of finding a bathroom, he finds a janitor's bucket that looked like it was just freshly used, and he just pissed in it. It's like, dude. And then while pissing into it, he's like, "Yeah, we the new rock stars, man. We the new this, we the new that." It's like,
Don't even play rock music.
That's very disrespectful.
Yes, it is.
Which Post Malone unbelievably accepted. The top comment read, "I'm not sure why Post Malone would ever return to this radio show. However, he was set to win no matter what. Either the Breakfast Club treats him disrespectfully, Post Malone keeps his cool and sees growth just like the last interview, or the Breakfast Club treats him respectfully. Post Malone again easily keeps his cool and sees growth, with situation 2 seeming more likely, given the second interview began by acknowledging how poorly the previous one went."
Oh, he's back, and he has a Bud Light with him today.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Post Malone.
Post Malone is back.
I wasn't here, and it got rough.
It didn't get rough. People always tweet me like, "Yo, you were so hard on Post Malone." How? We had a conversation.
Well, you did say that he was going to lose his girl, but she's
here.
However, Charlamagne's jealousy had only gotten worse.
What's the hardest thing? Is it the stardom? Is it the money? Is it the fame?
Resulting in him instantly trying to sabotage Post's relationship with Justin Bieber.
He got mad girls in the studio.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Mad drugs, mad alcohol. You never been over there?
Oh, in the studio?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I mean, not really.
You never been in the studio with him with a bunch of girls?
Yeah, I mean, not really. This man eats salmon 3 times a day, and apparently that's very good for you.
Apparently.
Actually, that is possibly fatal.
Yeah, because the amount of mercury.
There's trace amounts of mercury in fish, and you shouldn't eat it 3 times a day. Like, if you eat it that often, you can end up getting mercury poisoning.
Yeah.
drugs.
He doesn't do a lot of drugs. He doesn't do any drugs.
He smokes
actually.
weed.
Yet Posty kept his cool and instead did the opposite.
Hey, you and Justin really developed quite a friendship.
He's a good guy, you know. I love him, and I have so much respect for him.
This would later bring their friendship even closer, although in the meantime, Charlamagne was still trying to ruin Post Malone's relationship.
How did you hook up with Kalani? Because the one with Kalani is dope.
Beautiful young lady.
No, she's super dope. She's super dope.
Beautiful young lady.
Super dope.
Isn't she beautiful?
Ashley, is she beautiful?
Yeah.
He's like, I will defer judgment to my better half.
Yeah.
So you're not allowed to even like acknowledge that girls are beautiful? No, you never said that. You said she was dope. You didn't say she was beautiful. So you have to ask Ashley like stuff like that?
Like,
because I'm sure the women have come at you.
Yeah. There it is again. Here it is again. Round 2.
I'm sure the women have come with you.
Which was ironic given Charlamagne constantly talks about this man's woman and trying to get her on camera, but he goes out of his way to make sure nobody knows what his wife looks like. Posty responded by again inviting Charlamagne to a free football match.
Did you get Charlamagne tickets?
Yeah, I mean, if you're nice.
I'm going Sunday.
They gotta go with each other. Y'all gotta go with each other. Like sit next to each other in the game.
No.
Oh, you don't like me?
No, I don't dislike you, but I don't like the smell of beer and cigarettes. And Post Malone smells like every beer and every cigarette that's in whatever convenience store in New York City right now. It's the new Kid Rock right here, ladies.
The new Kid Rock, he says. Jesus Christ. Come on, dog.
Kid Rock comment leading to another booby-trapped question.
Did you vote for Trump?
I didn't vote.
Tell me more. Because you're young and you got a voice, I would like to know your thoughts on the current system.
Do you feel like one of them was more fit than the other, though?
I mean,
if you had...
I'm gonna talk about that with my friends.
What do you do when you experience racism? Like meaning that you're around some white people who may be being racist. How do you?
I mean, I don't hang out with racists.
Charlamagne disrespected Post Malone over.
You tweeted once that I don't follow you on Twitter.
He really is. He's trying so hard. He's asking like the obvious bait questions that like will get an answer that will ruin someone.
Yeah, he's asking very layered questions that just there's no easy response. There's no easy response.
But yeah, Post is actually giving the only good response to like every question.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it with my friends. I'm not going to talk about it with you fuckers, basically.
Yeah. And this right here, him just being like, I don't follow you on Twitter. Just look at Post Malone's face. Just
I don't follow you on Twitter.
right here. Just like, am I really being subjected to this shit again?
Yeah.
Like, this motherfucker.
And he thinks it's funny. Like, nobody cares.
And over.
Did you listen to it?
Absolutely not.
He's not.
I might though.
What do you mean absolutely?
I think Charlamagne should be canceled.
Nah.
I'm just.
He ain't gonna be canceled, but honestly,
I don't even know what kind
people
of,
listen to him because
I've never listened to him. I don't know.
It's the same reason why okay, in terms of sports writers and sportscasters, he is the Stephen A. Smith of the rap world.
But does he do this to other rappers?
Some of them, yeah. He does. He's confrontational, but this one is very, very interesting because this is the most relentless he's been trying to take down an artist. Whereas,
why?
It's because he's a gatekeeper. He doesn't want Post Malone to be doing hip hop because he probably considers hip hop to be black's music.
Well, and here's the thing: I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to say that black artists are the primary reason that hip hop and rap music are here.
Yeah,
but yet that doesn't mean it's exclusive. There's Asian artists who are out there who are great rappers, Mexican artists, like Latino artists, and white artists. It doesn't matter. Rap, much like rock music, much like country music. It's like, okay, country music. Any country music aficionado out there, if you would have told Charlie Pride he couldn't sing country music because that's a white man's music genre, it's like, how stupid would you feel? Mm-hmm. How stupid would you feel?
But didn't most of all that evolve from Elvis's music?
Well, here's the thing, Elvis. It all comes from the mixing of the cultures throughout the South. You see, you had the black cultures in the South. They, predominantly blues, early rock music. And then when the country influence came in with Carl Perkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Elvis Presley, you got rockabilly, which led to rock and roll, which led to rock, solid rock music with the British invasion, It's all about how music evolves. And here's the thing. If an artist is good at something and people want to listen to them, I don't think it should matter what skin color or what gender the person is.
No.
If people like them, then that's just it.
Like them. I mean, like, they're entitled to their opinion. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. It's just
people want to claim stuff as part of their culture, and they feel like
they feel
people
like they
are
have
trying to
gatekeep.
take that away from them if they enjoy it and they're not of their same race and stuff. And I think that's absurd.
It is.
It is.
It's just like, okay, hey, Charlamagne. Hey,
It's
Charlamagne.
like heavy metal was started by a bunch of Englishmen, and like I have seen some of the coolest like metal artists I've ever seen have been black dudes, you know, and like. That would be so fucked up of me to just be like, they shouldn't be doing heavy metal because heavy metal belongs to us.
Yeah.
It's part of our culture.
It's like, okay, here's another thing.
And yeah,
you could.
They
Here's
do
another
this
thing
all
you
the
can do.
time in rap. Like,
Well,
I just don't get it.
Here's another thing you could do. Hey, Charlamagne. Smartphones were invented by a bunch of white people and Asian people. I think we incorporate that as part of our culture. You shouldn't be allowed to use a smartphone. Like, see how stupid that is?
Yeah.
See how stupid that is? It's ignorance. Pure, unadulterated ignorance.
Instead of being so against him, he needs to embrace him. Because not only is he, you know, adding to that music genre, he's bringing his fans to this, to
Charlamagne's podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
To the Breakfast Club, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I just don't get the mentality of meeting someone of a different race, and they go, you know what? I think your culture is really cool. I respect it. I enjoy it. I would like to participate in it. And go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
like
that's so stupid.
How big of a dick do you sound like acting like that?
Actually, I think it's from the fact that Charlamagne himself, he was a rapper for a long time, and he never got anywhere. And I think he's
That's
just...
probably why he titled this as Jealous.
Yeah.
Post.
I mean...
He's pissed that Post is actually blowing up, and he's white.
Yeah.
And he would probably talk the same way to Eminem if he got Eminem on his show.
Probably. But I don't think M would be as nice as Post.
Oh, hell no.
M would decimate
Yeah.
Charlamagne. M would literally sit there and just be like...
What Post
Charlamagne
is doing
would
is killing with kindness.
Yeah.
Which is a smart play.
M would just kill him.
Charlamagne would just be like, I shouldn't have fucking invited him on.
It's like...
That white boy blew my fucking mind.
Blew his ass out the water.
How much he just ripped me a new asshole.
Let's see what else they
All right,
say.
let's keep her going.
You might like it.
However, Post Malone had again managed to keep his cool, resulting in even more favor from
Yeah,
the
like the
audience.
Seals.
Everyone is talking about how rude they were, but what stands out even more is Post's ability to not let them under his skin, or at least not show it. He's a great dude with a lot of compassion and love for what he does, and everything/everyone around for him. Mad respect for this dude and the way he conducts himself.
100%.
Everyone only had the opposite to say about Charlamagne. Charlamagne hella disrespectful. He's the product of jealousy. To see a kid much younger than you living your dream, it's gotta be tough. Someone's feelings are hurt because the best they'll ever do is a morning radio show, and Post made dude feel stupid just by being his nice, positive self, leading Charlamagne to then invite someone dressed like Post Malone onto the show just so he could mock him.
See, that's petty. That is
is
supremely petty. And it's pathetic. Like, when you gotta invite someone else onto the show who's a lookalike.
They got like double the Bud Light. What's with the Hellmans? Like,
is
that just?
That's what they like a jar of mayo. That's like what they call like a lot of white rappers. Yeah.
It's therefore no surprise that when asked about Charlamagne a year after the Breakfast Club, Post Malone calmly told Rolling Stone, "He's not a good person, he hates me because I'm white and I'm different. But we're still rocking and we're still successful and he can't stop it." Although this would only reignite their beef, as Charlamagne responded, "I don't not like people because they're white. I just didn't like him because at the time I thought he was whack," adding that he loves Rockstar and encourages Malone to keep growing, keep winning, although only 10 days after this Charlamagne was saying the opposite.
After
reading this Rolling Stone interview, not only is his music not my cup of mayonnaise, but neither is his personality. Because you're not as talented as you think you are.
Charlamagne then went to the effort
Neither are you.
Dude.
Neither are you.
Of convincing other podcasters that Post Malone sucked.
Oh my God, Joe Budden. Oh boy.
I like Post Malone. I think he's trash. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about that. Why do you think he's trash?
Which clearly didn't work.
I don't even understand how you are this successful and this biased. I'm not biased. You think Post Malone is a dope artist? Yes. Why?
Look, here's the thing y'all need to understand. This dude here, Joe Budden, is infamous for being a hater. Like that, like,
Yeah.
yes, he is infamous for being a hater.
I'm also pretty sure he's a lot more successful than he is because I'm pretty sure he has albums, doesn't he?
Who? Joe Budden? I think so. I think he's got a gold album.
I'm pretty sure I've sold some of his albums before. Like, I remember that name from working at the music store.
Yeah.
And when I met him, he was a really good guy. And he had really great energy.
While even Jake Paul, who had his own beef with Post Malone, told Charlamagne his attacks were baseless.
We actually went back and forth on Twitter.
Post is trash, but go ahead.
I mean, he's number one.
Still trash. You can be number one and still be trash.
Numbers don't lie, bro.
He's trash, bro. Numbers do lie sometimes. Numbers don't tell a whole tale.
All right, well,
he doesn't like Post, as you can see.
Damn, Jake Paul actually taking a W, and so was Post Malone in his own lane of music. Beer Bongs and Bentleys released just 4 months after the Jake Paul interview, peaked at #1 on every chart in every country, while Hollywood's Bleeding performed equally well, turning the Breakfast Club interviews into an insignificant chapter in Post Malone's come-up. Charlamagne, however, still hadn't moved on over 2 years later.
You gotta kick 2 people out right now. You trying to kick out the rap game because you real critical about rap.
Post Malone.
Although it finally showed that he'd been somewhat humbled.
Post Malone, definitely though. And for no other reason other than I'm probably hating.
Which could also be felt during a Vlad TV interview.
I'm cool, clearly, with white people being in hip hop. Just respect why you're here. You're here because of these people that laid the foundation for you to even have the platform of hip hop to stand on.
I could say the same thing to you.
That Post doesn't?
He was never disrespectful to you.
No, he does, but
you were.
Well, and
gosh.
And here's what I'd say to him and be like, and why don't you do the same thing? I've seen interviews where you talk shit about Rakim. I've seen you in interviews where you talk shit about Eric B. I've seen interviews where you talk shit about Dr. Dre. I've seen interviews where you talk shit about all these previous rap dudes that laid the foundation for shit that you wanted to be known for, that you were a guest in the house of. It ain't just, like, here's the thing, it ain't just white people that are the guests in the house of rap. It's untalented fucks like you who are acting like, oh, I'm a head in the rap game. No, you're not. You're a radio interviewer and you're a podcaster, and the best thing that you can do is try and antagonize others because that is all you are ever going to be known for. No one will ever know any of your music. No one will ever remember anything outside of that radio show and the fact that you are an asshat.
That you disrespected someone that has talent.
Yeah.
And that the only reason why you're getting any limelight right now is because of him.
Exactly. Charlamagne, like, I've seen countless interviews where he's talked shit about, like, old rap heads and this and that, like, older school rap artists, that if they weren't there, we would not have what we have now in rap music. Like, they were the ones who laid the brickwork for everything that has come up. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Eric B. and Rakim, friggin' dude. Oh.
I'm just glad that people like this usually don't acknowledge anything that goes on in the metal scene, because metal scene's taking a lot of your rap stuff that you'd probably be really pissed to hear about.
That's true.
And especially lately, there's been new stuff coming out too. Like I bet there's a lot of pasty white metalheads that would piss this guy off real bad if he knew about it, what they were doing.
I don't doubt that for a second.
How they were evolving hip-hop into something different.
One of Charlamagne's most respectful and entertaining traits is that he sticks to his guns and refuses to be a pushover, although in this case he probably should have made an exception.
Just don't be a dick, because, like, dicks get places, but then, like, at the end of the night, you're gonna not be able to fucking sleep.
That's true. Honestly, I don't think Post Malone loses a wink of sleep over Charlamagne the God.
No.
Whereas Charlamagne, I guarantee you, he's like up at like 3 a.m, like, how can I get back at Post Malone? How
He's
can I
still
get back at
talking
that?
about it after 2 years, and like Post has already moved on.
Yeah.
One of my whole things too is if this dude is supposedly such a good critic of rap and knows what makes rap good, why did his career fail?
Exactly.
Well,
why is he a radio show host or whatever now?
I don't think he knows as
Like,
much about rap as people are trying to give him credit for.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he would have done better.
yeah. I mean, that's plain to see. Gosh. You know...
But yeah, like Kate said, like I wouldn't have ever probably even known much about him or who the fuck he was if not for Post Malone, so joke's on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know who I think would rip Charlamagne a new one, and would basically like leave Charlamagne with nothing else to say? Tech 9.
What was I thinking? Tech 9. I should have said it.
Yeah, Tech 9 loves all genres, dude. He loves rap. He loves metal. He loves rock. He loves everything, and he has gone after people who are just like who play the whole culture
collabs
vulture
with
card.
everyone from everywhere, from all kinds of cultures and stuff. On
Yes.
stuff. Like he respects everybody. Like,
And the thing is,
I don't
he just
think he's gonna be at all like down for somebody like treating hip hop like it needs to be gate kept.
yeah. Again, this whole thing, man. I don't know what else to say about Post Malone except for, well done, homie. Well done. Way to hold
Wasn't he in that video that we watched that was like humble?
Yes.
It was like good
Top,
and bad.
yeah.
Top 10.
Humble versus mean.
Yeah. And he was one of the humble ones.
Yes. In that
Like,
video.
he's just overall a genuine person. Like, he's
Yes.
very down to earth. He's not let, like, the fame and everything get to him. He's still, like, just the same old dude.
He's still Austin Post.
Yeah.
He's
so-
still a real dude. That's the thing about him.
It's basically, I think I remember saying like whenever he had been out about, or not he had been out, but like I had known about him for about a year and a half, and some people were having a conversation about him and stuff, and I was telling them like, you know, I've listened to a couple of his songs and they weren't really my thing. From what I've heard about him though, he seems like a dude I would hang out with for sure. Like,
yeah, it's like one of those, I don't know, he just seems like he would be very chill.
Yeah, he seems like a
somebody
genuinely
that
chill person.
You could talk to and have a real conversation. He's not going to act like he's better than you. Or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
Like,
I feel that.
yeah.
Well, I ain't got nothing else to say. Post Malone.
I like his Sunflower song.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's also way better than me in terms of just like not getting angry about stuff, because I could see myself getting like really heated if I was in his position in that.
I would have left. I would have walked out.
Same.
For me, what is it
I
with...
probably would have said something I would have regretted and then walked out.
Yeah,
Not like
especially
anything like
those-
fucked up, but I would have given an answer being like, I think you're a prick, you know, and then just left.
Well,
and then people would have been like, oh, that was uncalled for.
Well, my whole deal with Post Malone is that he, like, what is it with Texas dudes and just being chill? Because him and Matthew McConaughey, I think, are like two of the most chill human beings on planet Earth.
That's a cool hat.
Yeah.
That is an awesome hat. Like,
Yeah. Let me bring it up so people can
it's
see
not
it.
posty and everything. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
With the barbed wire and like the bramble down here. I like that.
Or I guess those are thorns.
Thorns, yeah.
That's cool.
But so again, I'd love to see like a video with him and Matthew McConaughey just sitting there chilling, talking about Texas.
Yeah.
Just being like, so what do you think about Dallas? He's like, oh, I love Dallas. My dad works for the Dallas Cowboys. He's like, your dad works for the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Just, oh, I'd love that. Love that so much. But anyway, this was Sonny B2 with what?
Matt would just be like, so do you like big stuff? It's whatever. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
God. So, hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Kate.
I'm Nick.
We'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace.